What's up everyone? Welcome to Prime Review. Today I am going to start the series of online shopping. This series I will going to tell you what is the best app for online shopping, the tips and tricks in online shopping, how to shopping without being cheated, and if you are being cheated, what will you do and how to open dispute? Okay guys, let's start with the history. Online shopping is the based on the psychological basis that most of the people are thinking optimistic. So they see the products, they want the products, and they think that if they pay the money, they should get the products. At this point, the gap from the seller and the buyer is started, and the seller used this gap to cheat the buyer. The buyer, if they don't know how the process works, they will get being cheated all the time, and they will get bad impression about the online shopping. So I will tell you how to deal with the cheated seller and how to prevent it. In this series I will continue to upload the YouTube video about 2 or 3 video per week, and it should be about maybe 2 or 3 months to complete the series. So stay tuned guys, and you can subscribe to get the update from the video. Let's start with the eBay and PayPal. eBay and PayPal was founded in 1995 and 1999. It was the first platform to help communicate between the buyer and the seller. It started with the idea that everyone can be the seller and they can sell any item to anywhere in the world. And they use the PayPal to cross the border of the transaction currency. So that the idea of the e-commerce has begun. And then the 2006, the Banggood was formed from the China company. And then in 2010, the AliExpress was formed by the Alibaba group in China too. And then 2013, the GearBest was founded. You can see the growth of the Chinese company, and the model was changed to the consumer to consumer, from business to consumer. It means that the Banggood has stocked the product itself to ensure the authenticity and the quality of the products. But at this point, the Banggood is out hand and they can't qualify the cargo management of themselves enough. So the AliExpress was born and combined the C2C and B2C together, and they forming the first hybrid model. And then the other company like GearBest was founded, and they holding the stock like Banggood too. But GearBest focus on the single area, which is the electronic goods only. At this point, you can see the protection period of the eBay, PayPal, Banggood, AliExpress, and GearBest. The eBay has start protection period from 45 days after the day you purchase. It means that if the goods did not reach you within 45 days, you need to open the dispute and tell the eBay, and they will return your money. But the protection from the eBay was focused to protect the seller first. So if the seller doesn't agree with you, the eBay won't return your money. Or if you can't prove your item was defect, you cannot receive your return money too. But PayPal has the agreement with eBay that they will extend the protection period to 180 days. But at this point of the PayPal, there are only agreement between the seller and the buyer only. There is no enforcement of the system to protect you. So if you get cheated seller, you have the guarantee that you will not get any return of your money. It is the worst system because they focus for the seller only and the buyer is the second priority. Therefore, I will not recommend. So the Banggood was found to close this gap. They can guarantee that their products has no defect because they are the business themselves. They hold the stock themselves and they send to the buyer themselves. The problem is sometimes the product has the defect, but the buyer has to prove that the product has a defect by sending it back to the Banggood most of the time. And this always has the problem because the time of the protection period is just 60 days after purchase plus 3 days after you receive the package. At this time, if the goods you receive had a defect, you need to send it back to the Banggood, and this is the not good model. And another problem is the Banggood hold every item themselves, so they are limited item, and so the capacity of the Banggood has reached the limit, and they cannot make goods of the stock management themselves. So let's see if you click the smartwatch from the Banggood. In the system, they show there is 3 of them left, but actually there is no smartwatch left in the stock. It's something like that. Because Banggood need to manage the stock out of them themselves. At this point, the AliExpress was founded and closed all the gap from the eBay and Banggood, and they call it the hybrid model, which combine the business to consumer model and consumer to consumer model. And they also extend the protection period from 60 days after you purchase plus another 15 days after you receive the item. And AliExpress also add the option that you did not have to return the goods to the seller. You just has the photo or evidence of the defect. And AliExpress can partial refund by the judgment of the system themselves. They have very good customer service because they include the AI to help manage common problems of the buyer. And this is the best platform I recommend. The GearBest, which formed later, was focused only on electronics device, and they have the better stock management than Banggood. And sometimes the GearBest has the lowest price than AliExpress too. But the problem is the GearBest has the lowest protection time because they're so confident about their delivery system. Therefore, I cannot fully recommend because if the packet fails to reach you, you will lose the protection from GearBest. The next is the cancellation. The eBay, when you purchase the item, you cannot cancel the order. The Banggood, you have to use the chat. It is the live chat, so it means that you have to wait, especially in the prime time, to get to the assistant of the Banggood. They also have the button too in the Banggood, but the button did not work. Only the live chat work. I think it is the software problem because the Banggood had the poorest software design. The next is AliExpress, which had both the button and the live chat. But you don't need the live chat in AliExpress to cancel the order you just ordered. You just click the red button and specify the reason for your cancellation. If the reason was accepted by the seller, your order will be cancelled automatically. And this is the very convenient way. Sometimes I cancel because I did not want it because I found other seller which has sell the price cheaper and I can cancel it in time because the working button of cancellation. The GearBest use the live chat, so you have to wait for the assistant or officer of the GearBest to be able to cancel the order. The next is the pickup system. The eBay has only the seller. They have to send to the post office themselves by the sticker printed by the eBay system. The Banggood will be blank and you will have no idea your goods was sent it already or not, as same as the GearBest. But in the AliExpress, you will have all the process pop up in your apps like the package was ready to be sent, the package was picked up by the local shipping company, or the package was arrived at the warehouse. They have very details of every movement of your package. So the pickup system of the AliExpress is the best. The tracking details from the eBay, you need to copy and paste the tracking number to the third-party website yourself. The Banggood and GearBest have the details within their apps, but they are very gross compared to the AliExpress, which has very details, such as the package was arrived at the airport. The package has been loaded to the airplane. The package has left the country of origin. The package have arrived to the destination country. The package was arrived at the custom. The package was released from the custom, such as that. They details the tracking system within their apps. You don't have to open the third-party website at all. So they are very good at their apps designs, and even the small packages such as the Lego figure I order, they also have the tracking number too. This is very good one. The next is the refund process. The eBay, you have to be return the item to the seller. Because there is no enforcement or protection from the eBay, the money has been transferred to the seller already, so they cannot enforce anything. The PayPal will be only notify the seller to give the refund to you, but they can only do that. They cannot enforce anything at all. The Banggood, you must return the defect item to the Banggood, same as the GearBest. But the AliExpress is very flexible. You can have partial refund if you don't want to return the goods through the AliExpress. And most of the time, you can get full refund if you can demonstrate the unusable of the goods you receive. So, the refund system of the AliExpress is the easiest and the best compared to all. And this is my rating of the online shopping apps I have ever used. The eBay, I give 3 stars because there are many vast items from you to choose, but there has poor protection and the tracking system is very gross and need to open the third party. The refund of the price you have paid, you need to deal with the seller himself. Sometimes it works, most of the time it will not work. So if the seller send you wrong color, you may not get your refund. If the seller send you a shortage of quantity, you may not get your refund. But in the AliExpress, if the seller send wrong color, you can get partial refund. If the seller send shortage quantity of item, you can get your missing quantity refund. The Banggood I give the worst of all because it has a very poor stock management and very limited item in their store. The GearBest I give 4 stars because they have good delivery system but they have no protection at all. And the AliExpress I advise to you all, it is the best app, the very good customer service, and the best protection from the buyer. Okay guys, next I will show you another apps that I have in use. The Lazada was founded in 2012 from the HQ in Singapore. They has copied the eBay platform, consumer to consumer model. Therefore, at the launch of the Lazada, some bad and cheated sellers have made the Lazada bad reputation. And you know, the bad news come quick and the Lazada have bad reputation. And the refund from the Lazada is hard because you have to prove that you get the wrong item. You have to video the package you receive. So I am not recommend to you. The next is Shopee, which is found later in 2015. The HQ are in Singapore too, but the Shopee has prioritized the buyer first, so they won't send money to the seller until the buyer satisfied with their goods. At this point, the Shopee has focused to the buyer and I recommend the Shopee apps, but there are very limited items in the Shopee. So most of the time I use the AliExpress. If the AliExpress has not have the goods I want, I will go to the Shopee as my second choice. And also the Shopee has some localization in my country too. Let's say I want to buy the keyboard, which has the language of my country and the English language imprint in the keyboard. I have to buy it in the Shopee in my country. I recommend to you the Shopee is a very good app, but there are limited items. Another good point of the Shopee is you need to verify yourself about 3 steps before you purchase any item in the Shopee. And this is the most security apps I have ever used compared to another apps. The next is JD. The JD has HQ in China and founded in 2010. But most of the items in JD are in Chinese language. I need to use the Google Translate to translate it. The JD has its own delivery system, but also all in Chinese language. So I once buy a smartphone from JD in their flash sale, but it is very hard to order something in the language you don't excellence. So I will not recommend JD. It is the conclusion of mine. I have many experience to share with you guys. If you found this video was informative, please press like, and if you subscribe, I will be very happy. So I can continue make good video to you. The next video in the series will be my journey in the AliExpress, and the next will describe in the description below. Bye guys, thanks for watching.